guys, what's up? This is Fault Kid. Sorry, I was clearing my throat out. Anyway, welcome to an aftermath video about my review on the Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, before I get to the movie or what I like about it, whatever, I just need to tell you one thing, and just to admit and to expose myself about one thing. Now, for people who watched my review on it, and before I had to put some changes to it, and I just had to tell the truth, and just to admit it. And yes, no. Now, remember I was talking about that 1994 movie. Now, first off about this. Now, I lied. Yep. I was lying by saying I enjoyed this this movie, about the 1994 movie. Now, the reason why I lied about it is because it just seems like I've seen it, because I've been watching a lot of older movies from like a decade ago, and up to like a year or two before the Fan Force It came out, and the reason, and the one thing I'm saying that is because, I now realize this movie wasn't even released at all, because it has the cast. I mean, I never heard of it though at the time, and before I first looked it up, all the Fantastic Four movies, and yes, I have watched the first two movies from back in the 2000s, like the ones from 2005 and the 2007 sequel to it. Now I realized there was a 1994 movie, and I didn't look any detail about it. If I have, I would have not lied by saying that, I feel like I've seen this, which is why I lied, but yeah, I just had to admit for you guys, just to stay clean, I just had to ask forgiveness and everything, and I shouldn't lie about it. Maybe there's a good reason to lie though, but not about this one. No. Yep, I did lie saying that I enjoyed the 1994 movie when this movie never existed. It sort of did though, but it never released in theaters nor on television. So, by looking at the 1994 film, or look at the images of it, it does look cheesy. Yes, it did. It doesn't even look all that bad, It doesn't look that bad though, despite how cheesy it looked though from back then, from back in the 90s. But I don't know. And I cannot believe I didn't look at any detail about it. It just for some reason, I just feel like I've seen it. Even though it's not really true. So, that's not true whatsoever. But for what I said from that review, it's not very true. No, it isn't whatsoever. And how I said that is because I never heard of it. Plus, I just didn't look at any detail. If I have, I would not say anything about that. I would have just say, I've never heard of that about it, yada yada yada, right? Which would have been the truth. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just exposing myself, which is a good thing, because I shouldn't lie, I shouldn't do, or whatever, I know I should not lie saying I enjoy this, I enjoy that, I enjoyed yada yada yada, when this movie never even released, and nobody's seen it, including me. I never seen it either, because oh boy, it's because I wasn't. Well, of course, poor people like my age. Yeah, we weren't even alive at the time when that was announced, or when the 1994 movie was talked about, right? But they never released it. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I just want to give you a heads up and just let you guys know about it. So. But no, guys, yep, this movie never been released. No, it hasn't. We all never heard of it. I looked at it before I started reviewing the first steps, but I thought I kind of, and I cannot believe I didn't even make sure to look any detail though. I should not. I know I shouldn't lie about it. I shouldn't lie saying I enjoy this and that. I know otherwise people are gonna go, gonna go off or go backlash saying, oh yeah. What I mean, I know I should. I mean, I wouldn't blame you guys for doing that, but this isn't true. Otherwise, you're probably going like, oh, how did you see this? That's impossible, But yeah, it would have. I wouldn't blame y'all for saying that. So, about that, you can get mad whatever you want. You can say whatever you want about it, but I did admit it, alright? So, forgive me about it. So. But anyway, yeah. And yes, I did lie about saying, or why I'm talking about the 1994 movie. The truth is about it, it was unfinished. And they never released it in theaters nor on television, so. But anyway, yeah, since we got that out of the way, let's just talk about the first steps, that new movie that came out not long ago. So, yes, I have saw it in theaters, with my girlfriend. I have saw it in 3D, and I thought it looked awesome in 3D, and I will say. And I thought it looked. And I loved the movie though. I enjoyed it the way it is, like I said from one of my last videos, and yeah, I enjoyed Fantastic Four First Steps. I thought the actors and the actress, are cast does a really great job, and Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, I thought she did awesome. I thought she did a perfect job as Sue Storm in my mind. And what was it? Now, Pedro Pascal, I honestly thought he does an awesome job as Mr. Fantastic, in my opinion. For why I liked him as Mr. Fantastic is because that he looked like an older version of Mr. Fantastic, with that beard and everything, because I thought he looked older, with that beard and stuff, Which is why I liked him as Mr. Fantastic. But no. I like any of the, some from the actors, though, who played the Mr. Fantastic from different movies, I did like them. Yes, I did. For what I like about this movie, though, yeah, it does take place in the settings of the 60s. During the settings of the 60s. I do like it that way. Yeah, it looks unique. So now, of course, for the plot and everything, of Vanessa. I'm sorry. Sue Storm, and Mr. Fantastic, they both had the baby, they named him Franklin, of course, yeah, Franklin, so, they didn't want to give away the baby. If they won't give away the baby, then they'll take over Earth, yep, so, and I gotta say, I thought that sounds unique in my opinion, how this kind of writing, well, not in that kind of way though, but just how the plot works, but still. I did already talk about all the plot, or I already talked about the plot in this from the movie from my review though, but yeah, I'm just saying, people, but yeah, I think that's yeah. Oh yeah, at the end of the movie, at the end credit, when Sue Storm, comes right back with when Franklin was like 4 years old. 4 years later after the timeline from the movie, Franklin's 4 years old, and yeah, and guess what? He's got taken by Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom's gonna play by Downey County Jr. He's the one who played Iron Man from the MCU movies and the Iron Man movies. So of course, they're all going to be in the Doomsday. The Avengers Doomsday is what I meant to say. Yeah. So, I know it would have ended perfectly with the Avengers Endgame from 2019, but but I enjoy Endgame though. But I don't know. We'll have to wait to see how it goes. with the Avengers Doomsday, but yeah, so hopefully it'll be any good. We'll have to wait and see about it. So yeah, I know there's a couple of people that did not like this movie though, which I'm not gonna get going to it because that's just not my business. So I'm not gonna say anything about that. So, but yeah, for people who don't like First Steps, like I said, I do respect your opinion. So, but it's okay. So you don't have to like what I like. But hey, as long as we have our own opinions, we respect each other. We all good. So, like I said before about Fantastic Four: First Steps, but like I said so many times, many times, I enjoyed the movie a lot. I thought it was like the best one in my mind. So far for me though, I like it the way it is. Just like I said before, like many times, right? I know I shouldn't say it many times though, but I apologize for that. So, yeah. But on to movies though from the past years. Yes, I enjoyed the first two Fantastic Four movies from back, from 2005 and 2007. Yep, I enjoyed these. Well, the sequel wasn't as good as the first one from 2005, but I didn't mind it. And yes, I also did not mind the Fan Four Stick or the Fantastic Four for 2015. I didn't mind that one either. I thought it was decent. I didn't think it was all that bad, okay? Just say whatever you want. So, I don't know. You can make opinions, whatever. Just, okay. You don't have to tell me a reason because I understand people don't like the Fan Four Stick. I do understand it, okay? Sorry. I'm sorry. I do understand that. Sorry. Now, the First Steps, I do enjoyed it a lot, like I said. So, thank you so much for watching. And yes, I know I would have loved to see the 1994 movie though, if they have been released in the first place. Though it would have not been that bad. It would have not been that bad though for us though, as a retrospective, in a way. Yeah. I know I shouldn't lie about saying I enjoy this and that, all because of the fact that I feel like I watched it, or it's also because of the fact that I've watched a bunch of older movies from like the 80s and 90s, or even the 70s, as well, or other decades, right? But yeah, I watch older movies, that I watch older movies, that came out in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, or that I have watched in the 2010s decade, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so there you go, guys. I just mentioned it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, and just remember, team with respect. Peace out. Oh, by the way, speaking of my review on this movie, yes, I did cut out a couple of the parts when I'm talking about the 1994 movie, about me lying, saying that I enjoyed this and that, but sorry, I just got sore throat. But yeah, like I said, I did cut out a couple of parts of my review on this movie. So yeah, be sure to go check that one out if you guys haven't seen it. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and I'll see you guys later.